Hey everyone, it is Friday, May 29, and it is 7 o'clock at night. And the school year has ended, and it's been 2 days of summer, and yet your teacher is here on YouTube posting videos, and her cat's turning the TV on.
I really just feel honored to be able to work, especially these 13.
All right, now that Chester has the TV off. Okay, so what is your teacher doing after 2 days of summer coming on YouTube making videos? Today was a pretty interesting day. Miss Stewart, me, Miss Sumner, Miss Hazen, Miss Rojas, Miss Bird, and a few other teachers. We were all hanging out. And Miss Stewart and I were talking about some of the conversations you guys have been having with her. And she was talking about how George Floyd is all over TikTok. Hey, and so I heard Miss Stewart talking about some of the things you guys were saying. And I thought to myself, if we were in school, we would be talking about George Floyd in the classroom. And we would be talking about what's going on in the world right now in the classroom. And so I want to come on and I want to go ahead and give you guys an opportunity, hey Juan, to talk about George Floyd and to ask your questions, but also to remind you guys about some important things when you study the world around you. And so I'm going to kind of like normal, I'm going to talk a little bit and I'm going to invite you guys to ask questions about George Floyd and what's going on in the world and questions you have about the world right now. But one thing I want you guys to remember when you're on TikTok and social media is, and we talk about this in class too, is you guys still are young and you want to protect your heart and your head. When you guys go on social media, there is anything out there. Some of it's real, some of it's created and it's fake. But I know for me, I've not watched the George Floyd video because it's so disturbing and it's so graphic. And I want to make sure that you guys, when you're by yourselves, make sure you're protecting what's in your heart and make sure you're protecting your head. Make sure you guys aren't looking at things that are going to disturb you and that are going to really shake you up, because it's okay. You don't have to watch those videos. You don't have to have those conversations. And that whole word of protecting yourself is called censorship. So I'm just reminding you guys to have censorship and protect yourselves as young people. And with that, making sure if you guys want to have conversations about George Floyd or anything that's complicated or a big subject, have that conversation with people you respect and people you know. So making sure if you want to talk about George Floyd and police brutality and why was this man has been killed and there's not, today there was an arrest made, but have those conversations with people you respect and people you know. If you are on TikTok or you're on social media and you see people on the internet saying things, hey Angela, saying things that upset you, those aren't people you know. Those are just trolls. So don't get caught up fighting with people you don't know. Don't get caught up seeing people you don't know on the internet upsetting you. And I know, like on my Facebook, guys, there's people I went to high school with that don't get this. They don't see this as a race issue. But I'm not letting that upset me. Instead, I'm having healthy conversations or trying to have healthy conversations with people I know first and then reaching out to them. And the third thing is making sure you guys are reading, not just are getting your information from one place, right? That's credibility. Do you trust the people that are putting this information out? When I go on TikTok, those people aren't credible. Those are random people. So where are you guys getting information from about George Floyd? If you're just getting it from TikTok and videos and even the news, guys, has different perspectives. People want you to believe their side. So that's my challenge to you is, are you guys reading about this? Are you guys looking for sources? Are you looking for things that are credible? Or are you just looking at videos and going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh? And always, if you're using the internet to search, type in the 2 words, for kids. That's not to say you're a baby. It's to say, I'm going to protect my heart and I'm going to protect my head and I'm going to type in 4 kids. I'm going to censor myself. So those are my 3 pieces of advice when you guys look at George Floyd on the internet and when you come in contact with people that have opinions about this issue that you don't know, when you're looking for information on the internet and that kind of thing, and seek out people you know to have these conversations. And so with that, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is your feelings about the George Floyd, because sometimes it's sadness, like sorrow, deep sadness. I know people who are Black are probably feeling very fearful, and maybe you're even feeling scared and fearful. But one of the biggest emotions that happens is people get angry. And I think that's something you guys might be seeing a lot of, is like the riots and the looting, which is another word for robbing. is people are angry. And then when you see people on the internet that don't see this as a race issue, or they say racism isn't a big deal, or you guys see things even from our president talking about it. He made a really, really, really inflammatory, which means like inflames, if you can visualize that. He made a really inflammatory tweet about if you see people looting, then start shooting. And so that stirs up anger inside of people. But how do you handle that? What do you can feel angry and you can say words to people and you can tell them how wrong they are. You can sit there and you can be so upset with all these anger emotions. But how are you going to take your emotions and turn it into action? And so I'm not saying you guys ask a lot of questions. If you want to, you can type that in. But what are you doing? What are you reading? Because one of the things, and you guys need to realize this all year long, is giving you guys education. When you get information, that makes you more powerful, and never letting this happen. When you have conversations with family, friends, people you respect, when you guys have conversations, that forces other people to think about their opinion. So having healthy conversations is something you guys can do with that emotion, and say that. You guys can declare that I'm angry, I'm frustrated, this is not fair. You can say all those things. Like for me personally though, okay guys, I'm a lot older. I studied police brutality and race issues in America in college, so I'm very aware of this. But you know what I did today? I went and I got a book, but not just any book. I got an award-winning book. I won Book of the Year, and this book is all about race in America and how racist ideas started and spread, and how did it start in history to get to where we are today. And also, it says stamped from the beginning. There's not a kid's version, it's a young adult, because you guys are becoming older, that's just called Stamped. And I might go back tomorrow and buy that one, and I might come on YouTube and read some of it to you guys. But when you guys get facts, that can help you understand this. And again, type in for kids. Because guys, there are facts out there. Facts are powerful. The fact is that Black men are arrested more than any other race. That's fact. That's proven. It's fact that over our history, Black men get harsher prison sentences. So when they're sitting in court and they get sentenced to like years or months, theirs are stricter. Like there are facts that prove these things. And so when you have facts, that makes you feel more powerful and educated about what's going on. So that would be the first step, is what are you guys reading? Have you typed in things like race for kids or George Floyd for kids? Have you used your school laptops to go on Newsy LA or Brain Pop? Have you gone on to study the civil rights movement more? People are posting about that. These are all things you guys can do to get more information. Okay, let me pull up. I made some notes before this. And then I'm going to give you 2 things to Google, and I'm going to type it in the chat right now. This part of the world, race and violence based on people's race, and the study of race, which is just skin color, guys. Race isn't a scientific thing. It's a thing that's made up by people. It's called sociology. Like you guys have different subjects, math, reading. Sociology is the study of people. And so you guys could actually Google sociology for kids, sociology for middle schoolers. Maybe try that. And when you guys type in those searches, you guys will get more facts about how is this happening in the world? How is it 2020 and innocent Black men are dying in the hands of police officers? That would be one thing I would encourage you guys. If you want to be more educated, Google sociology, and it's spelled right there, for middle schoolers, and go see what that is about. Another thing, let me see. Okay. And again, if this is too much for you, you don't have to do it. This is just me coming on. This isn't a level video by any means. Facts about racism for kids. Why not? This is what this is all based on, is people treating one race differently than others. So Google that for kids. Go look at facts. Go look at information that way. But I just wanted to come on and I wanted to remind you guys about some things, because this is such a deep issue. It's gone on for a long time. It's spanned over history for a long, long time, from the enslavement of people and taking land from Native Americans, like, till now with Black Americans. Okay, but protect your heart, protect your head. If something's violent, if something's graphic, you don't have to watch it. I've not seen it, and I'm an adult. It doesn't make me weak. Have healthy conversations with people you respect and people you know. When you're on social media and you see strangers making comments that piss you off, don't respond to them. Take what they say and go talk about it with someone you trust. But don't interact with those people online. I can't stress that enough, guys. I really can't. Because that's how you get hurt. That's how you get upset. And that's how you put yourself at risk. Make sure you guys look for facts and sources. Don't just look at the news and say, okay, that's it. Go get more information about it. Track the issue over time. Go on Launchpad and go on all those sources and see if they've posted anything about George Floyd. But I cannot stress those three things enough, because when Miss Stewart and I were talking earlier, like I said, and she was saying your guys' reactions about George Floyd, I just thought about, you guys are still young and you still have this innocence about you being young, and you want to protect yourself. Be educated, guys. Go get that information. Go research, ask questions in the chat right now. Take these questions to family. Take these questions to other teachers. Take these questions to middle school with your future teachers. Talk to as many adults you trust as possible. Talk to your teenage siblings about it. But what kind of facts can you collect about this too? What kind of other research and reading can you do? Because when you understand how far this goes back, or you understand how the world is set up, then you'll know why this is happening. But I wanted to come on and just kind of share that. And I know it was last minute. I posted on TikTok. I'll come on at 7 o'clock. But I want you guys, whether you're watching it right now or you come in and you watch this video later, if you have any questions just about, okay, why is this happening, or how is this happening, or what is happening? Maybe you're coming on and going, well, who is George Floyd? You can type that in now, or you can come back to this video and leave a comment, and I will come back and I will respond to your comment. And if enough people comment and are interested, I don't mind coming on every so often, whether you guys want me to come every Friday or whatever, to talk to you guys. But you're feeling angry. You're feeling like, this isn't just, this is not right. I'll say that. It's my opinion, but I'll say that's not okay. But what are you going to do about it? What conversation, what facts are you going to get? I chose facts. I'm going to go back and I'm going to research. I'm going to find one of the best books available and I'm going to go learn. But don't just sit there and watch these videos and not do something with that. Go get some information for yourself. Okay? So that was all I came on to say. I'll stick around for a couple of minutes if you guys have any questions or you want to know anything. But also understand that I'm not a person with all the answers. I'm a person with certain experiences. I'm white. I don't have the experiences that you guys have, especially if you're a Black student. I don't have your experience. I don't go out into public and worry about my safety when I see police officers. So I can only encourage you guys to think. I'm not here to tell you guys, hey, we should be doing this. This is how you guys should think and feel. But I will say that when people comment, if people comment on this video, it is up to you to respect or respond respectfully. Okay, if someone comes on here and goes, I don't get what the big deal is, I'm not going to be nasty to that person. I'm going to use facts and logic and thinking to show them what they're missing. So I'm going to encourage you guys to do that. If people come on and they comment and they're rude, how can you use facts and evidence to get them to see your perspective? That's what it's all about. Okay? That was it. So I'll give you guys another 30 seconds. Any questions you have, or maybe you don't have any questions right now. Maybe you're just kind of taking this in. You can always come back and comment on the video. And then I'll check back tomorrow, pretty much every couple of days. I'll see what questions you guys have. But figure out who you're going to talk to about this. Don't sit there and don't keep this to yourself. Think about someone in your family. Think about other family members. Think about teachers you've had and see what they think. How powerful is that if you say, hey, I've been seeing videos about George Floyd. What is your perspective on this? Or what do you think this is all about? Is there a deeper meaning in this crime that people are talking about? Have those conversations for sure. I'm available to have those conversations. You guys can still text me. You guys have my number, whether it's Google Voice, my cell phone number. You can leave a comment. Reach out to Miss Stewart. I know she wants to talk to you guys too, if that's for someone you're comfortable with. Canvas, email, any of your old teachers if you want. That'd be another option. Use social media to message your friends to talk about it. But I cannot stress enough that social media is just one perspective and it's one look. You want to get the big picture. You want to get evidence from a lot of places and then decide, okay, you're angry, but what are the facts? What are you going to learn about this issue in the world? Because this is your world that you're coming into. This is not the first time this has ever happened. It's not. Maybe if you Google facts about racism for kids, maybe you guys will see that this has been going on for a long time. But maybe this is the first time you've ever seen it. All right? All right, not got any questions, so I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Hey, Chester. Feel free to come back. Feel free to leave questions. If you're interested in some books that you feel like you want to read more about characters who experience racial issues, if you guys want me to recommend you a book that's appropriate for you, then leave a comment or type in the chat that you're interested in that. If you're interested in me reading something out loud and kind of sharing some facts with you guys, then I'm down to do that. Just leave it in the comments, okay? Here to talk to you guys. Have a great night. See you later. Bye.